Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining with us today. We are MindMemo, and I'm the product manager, Rebecca. And our product MindMemo is the web extension that helps you remember what you save for later. Quickly introducing the team members, we are called the Fourth Brainers. Our very first, our talented product designer, Olivia Jane. We have our two amazing developers, Barun and Dipesh, me as a product manager, and our awesome product mentor, Michael Doyle. Now, going to the problem background, right? The digital web provides access to an endless source of information. Users discover content deliberately or happenstance or through automatic feeds. As it stands at the forefront of their mind, saving content with bookmarks or curated lists helps them to organize and store the digital content of their choice. Now, however, this saved content is frequently forgotten and the value of the content is lost. Now, our problem statement focuses on how can we help users remember valuable content that they discover online so that they can easily revisit the saved content for future use. Now, our targeted users are the users who discover and save digital content for later with an intent to re-engage with the content, be it for revisit or rewatch or reread the content.
So, after receiving 50 responses from our survey and then conducting 3 user interviews, we learned several key things. So, from the survey, which is about engaging and with the saved content, we learned that all different types of contents being saved, media, articles, YouTube videos, primarily because of a time constraint or required level of concentration. And often this is done within the platform itself or its third-party app is being used. And then from our user interviews, this content that's being saved, it's being saved for a reason, it has value, but then users have to depend on themselves to remember to revisit, so get this mental reminder in mind. And even when they do, they might not have the time to actually go back and revisit at that moment. So in turn, all this content is accumulating and it's becoming old and therefore dead weight because its value is no longer as much. And so one user said the real value, it's not in saving it, it's actually using it, actually revisiting it. So we created MindMemo, which is a progressive web browser extension that helps then keep this content, saved content, top of mind. It has several key features, including this idea of creating a memo. So memo, think of capturing the content you save, and that includes the title, the URL directly to the content, and then optional notes for extra context. The second is setting a reminder, so actually selecting the day that works for you to be reminded of this memo, and that can be from a calendar picker or a specific day within the next few days to revisit. And lastly, we have the syncing with calendar, so with Google Calendar, and that then appears as a task, my memo as a task, which lets you receive notifications from your calendar to go back and revisit that Mind Memo.
Now let us see how you can use our Chrome extension MindMemo. The user first have to go to our landing page, download the zip file, and add it to their Chrome extension bar. After adding it, on clicking the Chrome extension, you can see a pop-up window where you will be asked for authenticating with your Google account. Clicking on that button, and now you will be you have to click on this button to continue. Click your Google account. Click Advanced, go to MindMemo, select all to give us your calendar access, and continue. You have been successfully authenticated here. Now close the tab. Now I want to create MindMemo for this blog. So here on the corner you can see a pop-up window. Just add a title of your choice. The link URL of the blog has been taken automatically. You can change the URL too. I will create a mind memo after 2 days and add some notes to it. Create it. Now clicking on save mind memo, it will be successfully created on your Google Calendar. Now let's check on your Google Calendar if it is created or not. So as you can see, it has been created here.
As a team, we have learned so much throughout this whole journey. But for me personally, as a product manager, I've learned how to prioritize the features depending on the technical feasibility, how to develop a leadership within the cross-functional team, and also conducting user interviews and user testing and adapting with the agile methodology.
And as a product designer, I closely collaborated with with developers. I learned how to prepare and organize the designs to make it efficient and seamless upon handoff. This was the first time I designed a Chrome extension, and I understand the dynamic and relationship between what the front end and back end development is of a product.
I learned as a front end developer, I learned about creating Chrome extension for the first time. Secondly, I learned how to code UI for a given Figma design system, and I also learned about how to integrate with backend APIs and implementing the Google Auth flow.
As a backend developer, I learned how to authenticate with Google and how to register that API so that we can use in our code, and how to create tasks. And I was working with Prism for the first time, and the main thing I learned that how to collaborate with the front end. Thank you.
Thank you, team, and thank you everyone for joining with us.
Thank you.